So Manchester United are back in action against Northampton at the Sixfield Stadium on Wednesday. A game that takes on a bit more importance now, especially after the 3 defeats in a week. And it's a game that Manchester United and Jose Mourinho really can't afford to lose. We're in a no-win situation. If we win, we're expected to. If we lose, we're in for a hiding. And I think we've simply got to win this game. I'm looking forward to the kind of side that he puts out yet again. Because obviously, although we do have to win it, we're not going to see a similar side. At least I don't expect to see a similar side to the one that started against Watford and that will start against Leicester. Although I'm sure there'll be a few players that play that will want to stake a claim for a place in that team against Leicester. I hope Memphis is one of those guys that gets a start. Now, he came on against Feyenoord, got criticised by some, but I thought it's been difficult for Memphis Depay. He's obviously been up and down in terms of form, in terms of confidence, under a new manager as well. Hasn't had much minutes under his belt. He comes on in a game where it's tight, it's 0-0. He needs to make things happen. He's got about 10 minutes, so there's a lot of pressure on him. I would like to see him getting a start. Now, against Northampton, a team that are a League One, with all due respect to them, although they have done well, although they lost this weekend, they did well last season. Northampton, with all due respect to them, is an opposition we should be going at and we should be getting goals against. So I'd like to see Memphis Depay unleashed on them, whether up front or out wide. Now, obviously, with Martial potentially out after an injury, is it likely Marcus Rashford will start? He could start. Is fit enough to start today and then against Leicester on the weekend. But will Jose Mourinho want to risk him? Will we see a return of Jesse Lingard? There's so many questions about the selection. Now, I would play a 4-3-3 formation. That's the formation that I want to see us go ahead with under Jose Mourinho. I believe it's the formation that will allow us to get the best out of Paul Pogba, playing with 2 midfielders in behind him. So I think it's a formation we should continue with and go forward with. Now, it hasn't worked for many reasons against Feyenoord and against Watford, where we seem to play a 4-3-3 at times in a game. Now, against Watford, we had Wayne Rooney in the midfield. I don't think he's a midfielder. And I don't think he's the midfielder that we could allow Paul Pogba to flourish around. And of course, against Feyenoord as well, we played with Schneiderlin in there, Herrera and Pogba, which is the 3 that I really wanted to see and really look forward to seeing. And I still have faith in that 3. Obviously, it didn't work against Feyenoord the greatest. But at times I saw Schneiderlin protecting his back 4, doing something that we didn't have against Manchester City, picking the ball up in front of the fullbacks as well and covering them. Herrera was energetic like he always is, spraying passes around, getting in people's faces, tackles, etc, etc. And it allows Paul Pogba freedom of the pitch a little bit. And it would be nice to give him some freedom and build the team around Paul Pogba. Obviously, with a 4-3-3 as well, it still allows us to play 3 forward players, 2 wide and 1 up through the middle, who's likely to be Zlatan, although I'm not sure whether that will be the case against Northampton tomorrow. Because do we go with Rashford, with Martial out? We've got Rashford, Zlatan and Wayne Rooney to play up front. We could potentially put Memphis there as well. So it'll be interesting who we go with up front. If I was going to pick a team, I would pick this team. Romero in goal. He hasn't had a start yet, so I'll go with Romero. Fosu Mensah at right back. It'd be nice to see Timothy Fosu Mensah come in. One of my favourite players at the club. One of my favourite youth players. And although he is a midfielder, central midfielder, centre-half kind of player, I think at right back he could get some game time. Against Feyenoord, Darmian played well, but he didn't get forward enough for me. So I'd like to see Fosu Mensah given a try out there. At left back, I'd go with Marcos Rojo. We obviously need to go with a left back. Hopefully Marcos Rojo can perform. He didn't perform against Feyenoord. If he doesn't perform against Northampton, then maybe we'll have to go with Daley Blind against Leicester at left back. So go with Marcos Rojo there. I want to give Smalling some more game time, and of course Bailey as well. So play Smalling and Bailey together. They didn't look good together against Watford. We need them to get their communication building at the back. Then in the midfield, I'd go with Carrick, who hasn't played, so he needs game time. If we want to consider him an option for the Premier League game, we need to get him fit. And Carrick can just sit in front of that defence as well. And then I'd go with Schneiderlin, who also needs game time, and Herrera in that midfield. So a solid midfield to build from. Then I play Memphis, Lingard, and Marcus Rashford. So go with a bit of pace, speed and movement up top. Hopefully they can have a good day. Rashford and Memphis can interchange as well. And Jesse Lingard loves making those movements. So that's the team I'd pick for this game. Obviously a below strength team. Against Leicester, I'd like to see Mata come back in, etc. But that's the team that I would go with. So guys, get your comments in below. What is the team you'd like to see against Northampton Town? Is it a must win for Manchester United? Will we win? What's your score prediction? I'm going with a 3-0 win for United, just the same as we did in 2004 when David Bellion and of course Diego Forlan got goals. Guys, I've been Adam McKola. This has been Adam McKola TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully United get back to winning ways this week, and it starts tomorrow at the Sixfields Stadium. I'm out.